Jelly Roll has come forward with an interview about his weight loss journey for the magazine People, and I know I saw this, and obviously Jelly Roll is kind of Katie and I's spirit animal. Um, he's just so awesome, uber
Yeah.
talented, super down to earth. His wife is an incredible follow on social media. Um,
Yeah.
but
Everybody makes fun of her and shit, but she's pretty damn
I
cool.
love Bunny. She is so cool. Yeah. But
Hmm.
anyway, Jelly Roll is staying the course on his fitness goals. This is a story from Billboard. Again, this comes from an interview with People magazine. And Jelly Roll says that he has lost 110 pounds this year following lifelong battle with food addiction. And I have a story after this that's kind of funny that I experienced today that goes along with weight loss, which I'm a little bit mad about. And so I'm going to rant a little bit at the end of this about not Jelly
Do
Roll,
it.
about me. But anyway, in a candid interview with People for his cover story, which was published on Wednesday, November 20th, the country star revealed that he's lost a total of 110 pounds this year so far, 60 to 70 pounds of which he estimates have disappeared while he's been on his ongoing Beautifully Broken tour. The battle was with the food addiction, changing the way I've looked at food for the last 39 years, he explained to the outlet. That is the frickin' battle that I'm going through too. It is tough. Food addiction is the hardest thing I've ever battled, and I quit smoking. So I mean, it is so hard. Anyway, he said, I've never had a healthy relationship with food, so that was the hard part. But once you get into that discipline and commitment, it's like an avalanche. Once that little snowball started rolling, it was on its way. Man, I don't know. I've had that snowball rolling several times, and it just never worked for me. Anyway, Jelly Roll has long been open about his journey with health and exercise. The new interview comes just under a month after he revealed he'd surpassed his 100-pound weight loss goal by incorporating walking, basketball, and boxing into his travel regimen on the road. Before that, the artist finished his first 5K. That's insane. That's insane. Anyway, I can't even imagine driving a 5K. Never
I
mind
can't
running
do
one.
that.
In preparation for the April race, he revealed at the time that he'd lost about 70 pounds. Now, one thing I've noticed from my own weight loss journey is that walking is very good for weight loss. It's especially good to trim belly fat. But my fear is my dad always had a history with cardiac issues, and the rest of my family cannot walk very far, just the same as
Mhm.
me. And I don't want to walk alone because of possible
Yeah.
cardiac issues. Like I don't want to be, a quarter mile down the road and have a heart attack and nobody be there to help me if I need help. So
Yeah.
I want to walk, but it's hard. But anyway, Jelly
Yeah.
has also been making strides in his career this year, with the musician recently nabbing his first ever #1 album in October, titled Beautifully Broken. Following the end of his Beautifully Broken tour, he'll join Post Malone on the road for a North American Stadium trek kicking off in April. He also recently got 2 Grammy nominations, which we talked about in the last episode a little bit, which included Best Country Song and Best Country Solo Performance. And again, he's still getting a lot of hate on the internet. This is me now, not the article. For being overweight, for having facial tattoos, for not being country, right? This man gets so much hate, and he's always about the joy all the time.
Yeah. I'm a little hater sometimes. I'm a little bitch sometimes, but I literally can't understand the hate
I don't
behind
either.
him.
It's just, I believe it's traditionalists, you know?
I still don't even understand that. Maybe like I understand it's not like country, and I don't know that I would put it in country, but I'm not mad about it.
Did you happen to see what I posted on Facebook the day after the CMAs? If not, that's okay. I'll read
Mm,
it to you because,
I'm not sure, so go ahead.
yeah, let me find it real quick. But it's you know how I feel about pop country. I've been very vocal about that in the past. Obviously, I have softened my stance on that somewhat. But let me get to the post. Give me a second because I do post a lot. Let's see here. Okay.
You were like concentrating big time.
I'm just trying to. I'm
You,
scrolling through my timeline here, trying to find it. Okay, here it is. It's not very long. So here's what I posted 4 days ago. It says, one thing I've noticed about music and its fans is that it seems country music is the only genre not allowed to mix into other genres or have any diversity whatsoever without people losing their fucking minds. I've always enjoyed seeing artists from other genres enjoy country music. And I don't ever recall Aerosmith fans losing their minds over Run DMC.
I did see that.
Yeah, so
When I look at Facebook, it's usually like right when I wake up or right before I go to sleep, so I
yeah,
forget half.
I understand. It's just it's you can always tell when there's an award show, a country music award show, because my timeline is just aglow with people bitching about face tattoos and Shabuzi and Beyonce and Posty and that's not country. Well, I remember back in the 80s when Garth Brooks wasn't country.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I remember when frickin' Merle wasn't country. And I remember when, Rascal Flatts wasn't country. And they still aren't, to be honest. But, I mean, the point is you don't have to be fully country to be country. Hell, we live in Texas. And technically speaking, Texas and Oklahoma red dirt country is not country. It's literally a mixture of country and southern rock. That's what we live with here. That's the Cody Canadas and the Cross Canadian Ragweed and the Wade Bowens and the Jason Bolins and all of these artists that we have here. They're a mixture of genres. So I don't understand why people feel like they have to be so overly critical about the mixture of genres, but only seems to happen from country music fans.
So the only reason I can get on like a hate, like we talked about Sabrina Carpenter. I don't think she's great, but I don't like her because she's like so huge.
Mm-hmm.
And like she was up against Chappell Roan and shit. That's what makes me hate right there. And not necessarily hate, but dislike. When it comes to like music and like blending genres and stuff, if I don't like it, it's because I just don't think it blends good. And I'm a metalhead.
Or it doesn't work to your ear. And that's completely subjective.
And I love metal. And Jackson, he listens to metal too. And half the shit he listens to, I'm like, turn that shit off.
Mm-hmm.
Off.
That's all subjective.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's like country music and rap music are the two that get really mad about diversity. It's like traditional country music fans don't want any kind of diversity whatsoever in their country music. Just like, rap music artists didn't like when Eminem came along and, things like that.
Pretty clicky.
But we got to get over this shit because, like, art is supposed to be art. It's not supposed to have rules. It's not supposed to have limits.
And if you think it's going to change, it ain't.
Nope. It's ridiculous.
It's going to get worse.
But anyway, we're getting off track here. The main thing is Jelly Roll is doing fabulous with his weight loss stuff. I wish him luck. It's tough. And I'm going to tell you what happened to me today. So I had one of my SSI determination appointments today. So essentially what happens is when you apply for Social Security benefits or disability or whatever, eventually SSI will send you to one of their own neutral doctors. It's not their doctor, but they will find somebody within their system that's not my doctor, it's not their doctor, it's just somebody random that works within their system, right? So they sent me to this doctor in Tyler today, and the man was really nice. He was probably in his late 70s, first of all. He was up there in age. And this man was younger than his scale. So try to work that out. If this man is in his 70s, how old do you think his scale was? Exactly. So do you know those old scales where you move the little thing over and then you move the top one over? So it was one of those. The problem is this thing had seen better days. Okay. Now I know how much I weigh because I weigh myself often. I'm real big, right? I'm a big guy.
I do every day, morning and night.
Yep. So that's bad. That's actually bad to do that.
Why?
I'll tell you after the show. But yeah, there's a reason for it. But anyway, so he's fiddle farting around with this thing, and he says, he gets done, and he says, I says, how much do I weigh? He said 316. I said, that's not accurate.
No.
He was
I
like,
can tell you that ain't accurate.
he was like, well, let's do it again. So he goes on there again, and he's fucking with it. And this time he gets up to 326. Still not accurate. But I said,
Yeah.
I'll let it go. Okay. Now I'm starting to get a little bit peeved here, and I'll tell you why in a minute. Okay. So we go through the appointment, and he puts me through all the hoops, listening to my lungs, and asking me, you know, what my day-to-day stuff is and how bad my back is, which is essentially why I'm disabled, my lungs and my back. And so we get through the entire thing, and I'm telling him, I said, I'm really not real happy with the performance of your scale at all. I said, because I don't weigh 326. I don't. I weigh 350. And at the very least, I might be within 5 pounds of 350 somewhere. Either 345, 355. But there's no way I'm higher or lower than that. Okay?
See, I thought you'd be lower, but I can't judge that shit well.
Well, I appreciate that. But anyway, so I'm like, no, this is not right. And the thing is, I'm getting mad because this system, this doctor and his equipment is going to determine whether I get disability or not.
Yeah, and that's just one thing.
But see, here's the thing. If my last doctor appointment, I weighed 355, and then this guy's scale says I weigh 326, now it looks like I've lost 29 pounds. And the disability office is going to say, well, if he lost 29 pounds, he's clearly well enough to exercise. Do you see the problem?
Yeah.
So I'm not real fucking happy right now at all. So they sent me to go have an x-ray at a different location, an imaging place. And they had a scale there, and I weighed 349. So there's a 23-pound difference between what I actually weigh and what the disability doctor says I weigh. And so now the disability office is going to think I weigh 326 because that's what the scale, which is, again, older than dirt.
And that's the kind of shit you can't get a hold of either.
Yeah, I'm just...
Good luck trying to call somebody and tell them.
So now at least I can appeal it when I get denied. If I get denied, I'm going to appeal it based on that information. I'm already ready, but I'm not real happy about that shit. It is BS. Absolutely BS. Yeah. Because, like, if I was well enough to be able to lose weight, believe me, I would be losing weight like a sumbitch because I don't like not being active.
Yeah.
Fubar says, I bet he's doing his Ozempic. I mean, it's possible, but I'm not sure. I mean, it's possible. I haven't seen any information about that. Our country has become just like rock, where there are numerous different forms of it. And the thing is, Fubar, country music and all other genres, again, it's all about the art, right? And so...
You should be able to appreciate everything.
Right. It's like, I can understand based on my previous ways of thinking of why Beyonce would piss some people off that she's trying to be country. I understand that. Because for me, as a country music fan, I'm not upset that Beyonce's doing that. I'm upset because there are other smaller artists that are not getting attention.
That's why yeah.
Right? Because Beyonce is kind of taking up a spot. And because she is more loaded with money than, say, somebody like Sierra Farrell, who is so unbelievably country. I don't know, man. But, yeah, but at the same time, like, I've kind of softened on that, you know, this go-round and whatever. But, yeah, I just hate seeing people. It's like rinse and repeat with these country music shows. It's like every single time there is one, that's all you hear. Like, and I don't even, like, the BET Awards. They have white people at the BET Awards. I don't see anybody losing their shit over that.
Mm-mm.
You know? I have seen people lose their shit about white people playing at the Apollo, though. I have seen that. But, no, man, we gotta keep racism out of our art. We just have to do it. Like, it has no place there. It has no place. For sure.